In Mohr's method of precipitation titration, what is the precipitating agent commonly used to determine chloride ions? A. Silver nitrate. B. Barium chloride. C. Potassium iodide. D. Sodium hydroxide. The correct answer is A. Silver nitrate is commonly used as a precipitating agent to determine chloride ions in Mohr's method. What is the endpoint indicator commonly used in Mohr's method for chloride determination? A. Phenolphthalein. B. Potassium chromate. C. Area chrome black tea. D. Starch. The correct answer is B. Potassium chromate is commonly used as an endpoint indicator in Mohr's method for chloride determination. How does the conductometric estimation method work for sodium chloride determination? A. By measuring the voltage of the solution. B. By measuring the current passing through the solution. C. By analyzing the absorption spectrum of the solution. D. By measuring the angle of rotation of polarized light. The correct answer is B. Conductometric estimation method works by measuring the electrical conductivity, or current, passing through the solution. This conductivity is proportional to the concentrations of ions present, such as sodium and chloride in sodium chloride. Which of the following techniques is commonly used for quantifying the chloride content in a sample? A. Titration. B. TLC. C. Chromatography. D. NMR spectroscopy. The correct answer is A. Titration, especially methods like Mohr's and Volhard's, is commonly used for quantifying the chloride content in a sample based on precipitation reactions. What is the role of a complexometric titration in the estimation of metal ions in samples? A. Neutralization reaction. B. Formation of a colored precipitate. C. Formation of a complex compound. D. Simple titration process. The correct answer is C. Complexometric titration helps in the formation of stable and colored complexes with metal ions for their quantification. Which of the following indicators is commonly used in complexometric titrations? A. Starch. B. Phenolphthalein. C. Area chrome black tea. D. Bromethymol blue. The correct answer is C. Area chrome black tea is a common indicator used in complexometric titrations as it changes color upon the formation of metal complexes. What is the primary purpose of adding a masking agent in complexometric titrations? A. To enhance the color change of the indicator. B. To prevent interference from other metal ions. C. To increase the stability of the metal complexes. D. To speed up the reaction rate. The correct answer is B. Masking agents are added to complexometric titrations to prevent interference from other metal ions that could affect the accuracy of the analysis. In the EDTA titration method, what is the general rule regarding the addition of the titrant? A. Add rapidly until color change occurs. B. Add dropwise until the color fades. C. Add slowly until the color matches the indicator color. D. Add in excess to ensure complete complexation. The correct answer is C. The general rule in EDTA titrations is to add the titrant slowly until the color matches the indicator color, indicating the endpoint. Which of the following is a characteristic of a back titration in complexometric analysis? A. It involves titrating the analyte with a larger volume of titrant. B. It is used when the analyte reacts slowly with the titrant. C. It requires a specific indicator to detect the endpoint. D. It is only applicable to acidic samples. The correct answer is B. Back titration is commonly used when the analyte reacts slowly with the titrant, allowing for a more accurate determination of the concentration. In the Mohr method of precipitation titration, What is the purpose of adding potassium chromate as an indicator? A. To form a red-colored complex with silver ions. B. To form a red-colored complex with chloride ions. C. To indicate the endpoint by forming a silver chromate precipitate. D. To indicate the endpoint by forming a silver chloride precipitate. The correct answer is C. Potassium chromate is added as an indicator in Mohr's method to form a silver chromate precipitate at the endpoint, which indicates the completion of the reaction. What is the primary advantage of back titrations in complexometric analysis compared to direct titrations? A. Back titrations are faster. B. Back titrations require less reagents. C. Back titrations are more precise for certain analytes. D. Back titrations use simpler indicators. The correct answer is C. Back titrations in complexometric analysis are more precise for certain analytes as they allow for the determination of excess titrant and back calculation to find the precise endpoint. What is the purpose of using a blank titration in complexometric analysis? A. To calibrate the instrument. B. To determine the exact volume of the titrant. C. To account for any background signals or impurities in the sample. D. To speed up the titration process. The correct answer is C. A blank titration in complexometric analysis is used to account for any background signals or impurities in the sample that could interfere with the titration results. How does conductometric estimation work in the determination of sodium chloride content in a sample? A. By measuring the electrical conductivity of the sample during the titration. B. By analyzing the colors produced during the titration. C. By measuring the pH changes in the sample. D. By calculating the density of the sample. The correct answer is A. Conductometric estimation works by measuring the electrical conductivity of the sample during the titration process, with a change in conductivity indicating the endpoint of the titration. What role does a masking agent play in complexometric titrations? A. To enhance the color change at the endpoint. B. To complex with interfering ions, preventing them from reacting with the titrant. C. To slow down the reaction rate between the analyte and titrant. D. To improve the accuracy of endpoint detection. The correct answer is B. A masking agent in complexometric titrations complexes with interfering ions, preventing them from reacting with the titrant, and ensuring the titration proceeds selectively for the analyte of interest. What distinguishes the Volhard method from other precipitation titration methods? A. The use of a redox indicator. B. The back titration approach. C. The presence of a masking agent. D. The use of a color change at the endpoint. The correct answer is B. The Volhard method is distinctive for its back titration approach, where excess titrant is determined by a secondary reaction to find the precise endpoint of the titration. What is a distinguishing characteristic of the Fajans method in precipitation titration? A. Use of a specific pH indicator. B. Complexometric titration principles. C. Adsorption of an indicator onto precipitate. D. Formation of a silver chromate complex. The correct answer is C. One key feature of the Fajans method is the adsorption of the indicator onto the formed precipitate. How is conductometric estimation utilized in determining sodium chloride content in a sample? A. By measuring the electrical conductivity of the solution as titrant is added. B. By analyzing the absorbance of light during titration. C. Through a back titration technique. D. By monitoring the pH changes during precipitation reaction. The correct answer is A. Conductometric estimation involves measuring the solution's electrical conductivity, which changes as titrant is added to determine sodium chloride content. What estimation technique can be used for the determination of sodium chloride content by titration with silver nitrate solution? A. Potentiometric titration. B. Complexometric titration. C. Conductometric titration. D. Argentometric titration. The correct answer is D. Argentometric titration involves using silver nitrate to determine chloride ion concentration in a sample. What distinguishes the Volhard method from other precipitation titration methods? A. It uses a colored indicator. B. It involves a redox reaction. C. It utilizes back titration. D. It titrates using excess titrant. The correct answer is C. One key distinguishing feature of the Volhard method is the use of back titration to determine the endpoint of the reaction. What is a distinguishing characteristic of the Fajans method in precipitation titration? A. It uses a colored indicator. B. It involves back titration. C. It relies on adsorption indicators. D. It measures conductivity changes. The correct answer is C. Fajans method is known for utilizing adsorption indicators to indicate the endpoint of the precipitation reaction. How is conductometric estimation utilized in determining sodium chloride content in a sample? A. By detecting color changes at the endpoint. B. By measuring the conductance of the sample. C. By titrating with silver nitrate. D. By utilizing a redox reaction. The correct answer is B. Conductometric estimation involves measuring the conductance changes during the titration process to determine the sodium chloride content in a sample. In complexometric titrations, what is the purpose of using a blank titration? A. To calibrate the pH meter. B. To account for impurities in the titrant. C. To determine the concentration of the sample. D. To establish a baseline for the titration. The correct answer is D. A blank titration is performed to establish a baseline reading before starting the actual titration, helping to accurately determine the endpoint. What characteristic distinguishes the Fajans method from other precipitation titration methods? A. It involves a redox reaction. B. It uses a colored indicator. C. It utilizes back titration. D. It relies on adsorption indicators. The correct answer is D. Fajans method is known for utilizing adsorption indicators to indicate the endpoint of the precipitation reaction. How does the conductometric estimation method contribute to determining the sodium chloride content in a sample? A. By measuring the electrical conductivity of the sample solution. B. By utilizing a color indicator for endpoint detection. C. By forming a precipitate at the endpoint. D. By measuring the pH changes during titration. The correct answer is A. The conductometric method relies on measuring the electrical conductivity of the sample solution to determine the chloride content. In which of the following methods is the use of a masking agent commonly implemented? A. Mohr method. B. Fajans method. C. Volhard method. D. Conductometric estimation. The correct answer is C. Masking agents are commonly used in complexometric titrations like the Volhard method to prevent interference from other ions. What distinguishes the Fajans method from other precipitation titration techniques? A. It involves a back titration approach. B. It uses a colored indicator for endpoint detection. C. It relies on the transfer of ions to an adsorbing indicator. D. It primarily determines sulfate ions. The correct answer is C. The Fajans method relies on the transfer of ions to an adsorbing indicator for endpoint determination, setting it apart from other methods. What is a characteristic of the complexometric analysis blank titration? A. It is used to neutralize the sample solution. B. It provides a baseline for comparison in the titration. C. It involves the use of a colored indicator. D. It replaces the use of masking agents. The correct answer is B. A complexometric analysis blank titration serves as a baseline for comparison in the titration process.